ready?
Let's get ready to rumble!
Here we go, game number 1, Marko versus Monster, round 1 of the Beast Mode tournament. This is a best out of 11, first to 6. Marko versus Monster Steve. This is Marko's map pick, Red Alert 2 mode. The red player Monster will spawn top left. We have Marko, the yellow player, bottom right. Shamu with the raid. Brian, thanks for the follow. Gamba Rudy, thanks for the follow. Yellow player Marko spawns at the bottom right. Sponsored by Grade 1. This entire tournament is sponsored by Grade 1, boys. Let's hope Marko can win something tonight. What do you mean? Was he losing earlier? Best out of 11, first to 6. Predictions are open. Get your predictions in. Oh my goodness. 100% on Marko. 0% on Steve. You can still get your predictions in. Oh my goodness. 100% on Marko. Let's see what they can do here. 5 minors for Steve. 4 for Marko. V3 is out for Steve. Fully teched up is Marko. That's the idea with the V3s from Steve. Two flags from Marko to counter it. Naval out, fully tacked up is Marko. Iron Curtain is out. Steve is fully tacked. Naval is out as well, but he's falling behind on the IC. There it is. Kirov out for Marko. So this map indeed. Osama in the house. That Kirov is gonna get at least an oil. Can he get the naval? Look like he's gonna get the naval. 1 HP Kirov. Gets it, but the Dreadnought comes out just in time for Steve. So naval going down will not cancel, but the Dreadnought gets nothing. And the squid was there for Marko. Oh, there's a second Dreadnought on the right side from Steve, and that gets the Iron Curtain. Oh, Connie's Paradrop get the Battle Lab. And Steve has sent Marko back to the Stone Ages. Marko is down to radar tech. And his Iron Curtain is ready. Here comes a huge push from Steve. Can he group up? Can he IC? He will. Marko have a lot of tanks out. Steve did not thin out the army, and he will retreat. Oh, the V3s, can they get something? No, they cannot. Battle Lab is back up for Marko. Steve has another free IC before the IC is ready for Marko. What will he do here? Preparing the tanks is Marko. Here comes Steve on the right side. Marko not able to repair all of his tanks. Steve with a split. 5 rhinos on the MCV. He will get it. Gets the MCV kill. Here we go. No more flak on this oil. Here comes Steve on the left side. Needs to pop the IC. Pops it on 4 tanks. He needs to thin out Marko's numbers here. Marko with a lot of tanks. Marko with just too many tanks. Elite comes out for Marko. Next Iron Curtain will be for Marko. It's ready. Oh, Elite goes in front though. Steve finally gets this oil kill. Iron Curtain popped on the Elite. Elite goes in. Is this enough though? Two riders on the field for... Oh man, goes Nuke. Iron Curtain goes down. Elite is still alive from Marko. Marko still has a lot of tanks out. 13 tanks. Not looking good for Steve. Not anymore. Baf, it's best out of 11. I think. Wait, let me double check for you. I'm pretty sure you can see it on the bracket. If it's not the third final, it's best out of 11. This map was picked by Marko. Iron Curtain is back up for Steve. Battle Lab gets sold. Iron Curtain is ready for Marko. He's gonna get the MCV, get the nuke, get the Iron Curtain. There's not much Monster can do. Only 3 riders on the field. Iron Curtain goes down. Nuke goes down. Battle Lab was sold earlier. Nothing else going on. Another para from Steve. Best out of 11 then, Pav. Marko on the MCV. Water throw says Monster. He had a really good start there, just did not bring it home. Just for good measures, tomorrow it's gonna be 6-1. Five-1 is not good enough. Here we go, boys. Game number 2. Marko versus Monster. This is Monster's map pick, Pirate Bay by Shinsven. This is the first round in the Beast Mode tournament. These guys, the winner of these guys will face Latov in round number 2. Both of them sticking with Iraq. Bottom right, the spawn for Monster. Bottom left is the spawn for Marko. This tournament sponsored by the Great One, boys. Here we go. Best out of 11, first to 6. How's your weekend been going, boys? You have a good weekend up until now? You see the same thing as on Pickaxe. Steve going an extra miner. Steve getting that drone though. Steve had an extra miner compared to Marko. Marko is on 4 miners at the moment. Now he's on 5. Steve will be on 6 miners. Oh, he's already on 6. He's gonna be on 7 miners soon. Once he gets the ref up here, top right. Meanwhile, because of this heavy miner, going heavy miner, Steve is lost his airport. He's gonna lose another oil. Marko taking down the airport and an oil, trades 2 rhinos for it. Meanwhile, Steve is on triple war factory.
What the fuck is this build for? What is this build? This is the worst build.
Triple war factory for Marko as well.
Garbage build.
Nightshade in the house. Let's go. How's it going, bro? Now, Steve is out tanking only by 1 tank. Steve will push in here to get this airport. He gets it. He will continue to push. Meanwhile, Marko will send a few tanks home to help defend. And he will continue to push him. Marko does not get the miner. Steve will hold. 1 HP miner. They're both on 8 tanks. Still, Steve is 3 miners up on Marko. But he needs to move them to the top. He needs to move these miners. They're all on this small patch of ore. One is mining dirt here. And for some reason he deployed his desolator. Checking up is Steve. Checking out is Marko. Split at the top. Naval for Steve. Steve will have his iron curtain up before Marko. Steve goes broke, needs to move his mines again. Maybe start taking some gems here in the middle. He has map control. Here's the Dreadnought. There's a squid there though. What can you get with the Dreadnought? The squid is close. Can he get something with the first 2 rockets? He needs to target something. Where's the squid? Will get the nuclear power. Huge hit for Steve there. Can he get more? Goes after the power. Goes after the MCV. Oh, MCV forced to move. Where's the squid from Marko? There it is. And he will take down the oil. 1 HP. No, 1 HP for the oil. Looking good for Steve at the top. Takes down a miner. Takes down 2 miners. And his iron curtain is ready. IC is popped at the top. Why at the top though? Steve is out tanking. But where are his tanks? Oh, they're all the way there. Gets the MCV kill. Marko. Oh! MCV did go down, but Marko has power. Marko goes after the miners here in the middle. Comes Marko at the top. Can Steve hold? Iron Curtain is ready for Marko. Marko needs to pop it. Does not pop it yet. Pops it now. Can Marko end here? I don't think Marko has enough. Iron Curtain will be ready for Steve soon. Steve will clean up the army for Marko here. At the top. 3 tanks from Marko. Finally, this very annoying Dasso war. Comes Marko. Dasso's his own tanks again, Steve. We have a Dasso King and we have King of Dassoing your own tanks. IC is ready. 3 tanks, 2 tanks. Pops it on 2 tanks. What can you... Target something! Target's not... Ah, Steve. Steve. Oh my goodness. Indecisive there. Oh my goodness. Two ICs, 2 IC drones. Goes after a mine, I like it, yep. That was Marko's last miner. He has only 1 oil on 1 HP. And a new dreadnought. There should be... I don't know if this is smart from Steve. There's still a squid, right? There's still a squid. It's gonna go for the nuke reactor. I told you. You can use your IC on it though. You can use your IC on the dreadnought. Kill the squid. Yep, that. Called it, boys.
Player defeated.
Called it. And it's 1-1. Yeah, I think the winner from Zane versus Path will be playing the winner of Gene versus Marsh. Yep, I think so too. This is Marko's map pick, boys. Fjord by Pulye. Round 1 in the Beast Mode tournament. Here we go. Daddy Monster Steve, the red player, top right. And we have Marko, the GOAT, the yellow player, bottom right. We are on Fjord. This tournament sponsored by Great One. We're all tied up. MCV moved really early from Steve. Nobody able to scout yet. Here comes Steve with the drone. Scouting with the drone is Steve. Will he run into the sentry? Runs into the sentry. Decent scout for Steve. He scouted this much. Did not scout here on the right side. Marko, however, has not scouted anything yet, I believe. Oh, this tech repair shop shooting the drone. Nah, drone does not get in. Battle Lab is out for Marko. Radar is out for Steve. Marko ahead in checking up here. Steve goes for the airport. What's he going for? Steve takes the airport, fixes this bridge. MCV moved to the island by Marko after placing the IC. There you have it, boys. The I don't know why he was looking for a squid there, making sure that this amphibious transporter will not get squidded. But there you see as well, boys, this is a hovercraft, but it is not immune to desolation. When a desolator deploys, it does damage the hovercraft as well. Meanwhile, I like this from Steve. There's no way Marko does see it coming. But he does have squids. Yeah, there it is, squid. You can anticipate it and the squid will counter it. Marko takes down the airport. Pretty even on tank numbers. Nuke comes out for Marko. Now we'll see the retaliation. I see from Steve incoming. Steve knocking at Marko's front door. Here he comes. What can he get here? We'll go for the nuke. Will sacrifice everything and he will not get the nuke. Nuke survives. Moves his MCV as well. Huge army from Marko, not looking good for Steve. Marko can end even without without the IC, I think. He's gonna go for the IC, will kill it as well. Has not used the Iron Curtain yet. Marko will clean up everything Steve has on the island. On the main island. Another Dreadnought comes out, but there's a squid here somewhere, right? Iron Curtain still there. Marko not using it. There used to be a squid here. I'm not sure where they went. Oh, they're battling each other over here. Nuke on the island for Steve. Main island though. Elite comes out for Marko. GG. Says Marko, and game number 3 goes to Marko. They say you need to have balls of steel These are the hairy balls of Steve. Let's go. Top right, we have Steve. Monster Steve, the red player. Bottom right, we have the yellow player, Marko, going at Sophie Direct as well. Sofa's the Soph again. Tiger Bay is the map. These nuts joke Tourette. Marko with a para over here on the left side. Where is Steve's para? Steve going after the oil himself as well. They're both looking to take out each other's oil. From Steve. Yeah, Steve looking to take out this oil. Bottom right, uncontested. Well, takes it down. That will not be an expander for Marko. Marko takes out the oil as well, but oh! 3 Rhino push on the MCV. Oh, we missed that top left. The 3 Rhinos continue on. Pushed on the MCV from Steve. Missed that completely. Meanwhile, 2 tanks, 3 tanks, all 3 tanks returned. Para drop from Steve on the power. Huge army from Marko gonna pushing on the war factory. Steve split at the bottom, will not get much done.
Player defeated.
And that's a quick one. 3-1 for Marko. Glowing Waters, another map pick by Monster Daddy Steve. On the right side, we have the red player Monster, Steve, and on the left side, we have Marko, the yellow player. Drones are out. Steve going a mine from the war, I think. Steve's drone though. Nope, Steve's drone fails. Marko gets a miner drone here in the middle. Steve with the para on the left side. Marko with the para to the top. Look at a power plant. What can Steve get here? Nothing. Steve saves the miner. He is down by 2 tanks. They're both on 4 miners. Battle Lab tech out for Marko. Radar tech for Steve. Steve is falling behind in tech. Naval is out. We're gonna see some dreadnoughts, boys. Steve is far away from countering this. Steve is gonna be not. Is he gonna go subs? Subs and flags to counter. But might be a dreadnought. And I think a Kirov might be coming soon as well. Nothing is coming. Oh, no. Tanks are coming out. Never mind. Battle Lab is out for Steve. The Iron Curtain is out for Marko. Oh, free miner kill for Steve. Steve getting a free miner kill here from Marko. Nothing else going on, boys, but Marko is probably waiting for his Iron Curtain. Not a para for Marko at the top. AFK miner for Steve. Iron Curtain is ready for Marko. Iron Curtain just now comes out for Steve. Oof. Huge push from Marko at the top. His Iron Curtain is ready. Two miners go down. It's not looking good for Steve. These tanks are all but an inch of death. Inch from death. I see back at home from Marko. MCV goes down. Steve does not have enough to put a dent
Player defeated.
in Marko this game. And it's 4-1. Game number 6, Marko versus Monster. The score is 4-1 as we load up game number 6. Steve will spawn on the left side and we have Marko. I'm sorry. Steve will spawn on the right side and Marko on the left side. River Rampage map pick by Monster. We've seen this map a couple of times. How is it 3-2? How is it 3-2, Max? No, Steve did not win Tiger Bay, bro. Steve did not win Tiger Bay. Steve won Pirate Bay. He did not win Tiger Bay. It's a barn burner. Let's go. Now, here comes Marko. Steve, oh, drone comes in, finishes off the miner. Steve lost the miner there, but he is fully tacked. Steve is fully tacked. it's not too bad for Steve. Now Marko's fully teched as well. Naval out for Steve. He really wants that dread early. Can his eco hold for him to get the IC out? A dread and a nuclear. Here comes the naval out from Marko. Marko is out with the IC first, just a better eco. The squid is already out. Yeah, squid was already out. And going that naval dread. Steve spent so much money on that. The IC is still not out. Should have canceled dread, yeah. Now you're fully tacked up, and only now the Iron Curtain comes out. A good 3 minutes behind Marko. Should have canceled the match. Oh my god. Jesus, Ed. Oh my goodness. Man. Split from Marko, bottom and top. Iron Curtain is ready for Ed. Miner goes down here on the, what is it, the third floor? Can we call it floors, boys? Third floor? Let's call it floors. Here's Monster on the second floor. 2 tank IC for Marko. Is he gonna lose the Iron Curtain? He's gonna lose it. Steve getting the MCV as well. Somehow Steve getting some damage, but I don't think it's gonna be enough though. Back on the third floor. Strange base trade, says Marko. Yeah. And it's 5-1 for Marko. We are on South Pacific. Map pick by Monster. Bottom right, we have Mr. Marko, the yellow player, going as America. Top left, we have Steve going as Soviet Iraq. Marko with the build on bottom right spawn. Steve looking to get a tech here. We'll get the oil just in time. Nick in the house, let's go. Hope you're doing well. Big game tomorrow, Nick. Let's go. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Watching it in the bar, in a bar. Power drop from Steve in Marko's base. Black goes down. Para on the choke point here at the top. Steve still has this oil. Meanwhile, engaging the battle is Steve. He will continue on the push. He has enough and more incoming. Harassing some miners is Steve. Barra to help out. There's nothing else going on, and only the oil here, top right. One airport goes down, and Steve still continuing the push. Oil goes down, top left, targeting the MCV. Can he get it? Can he get the MCV? 1 HP, gets the MCV, and an important ref. I think he might have enough to hold as well. Looking good for Steve on South Pacific. AFC is still out for Marko. He can still build Rockies and bring out the free paradrops. Marko recaptures his oil top right, has no ref there, not getting his gems. Marko goes broke. He is long distancing. I don't think Marko has enough to do anything here. Steve's gonna bring it back to 5-2. GG question mark from Monster Steve. Marko not GGing out yet. Battle Lab out for Steve. Here comes a split from Marko. 2 tank splits. 2 tank split on a miner. 2 Rocky split on the Battle Lab. Gets the Battle Lab cell. But Steve did get the Iron Curtain out, but he's low power. The Elite comes out for Marko. That's not enough. GG's called.
Player defeated.
And it's 5-2. Game number 8 in this best out of 11. Marko is on match point. Marko is still on match point. He was on match point last game as well. Marko goes as France. Monster Daddy Steve sticks to Iraq. Top right spawn for Marko. Bottom right spawn for Steve. Marko is gonna stick to Allied, but this time not America. He is France. Three miners for Steve, 4 miners for Marko. Marko going double war factory, no AFC out yet. Marko will hold and push Monster back. AFC is out, Rockies is out. Double War Factory for Steve. Marko coming through the left side. Nice entry by Steve. Can he get a few grizzly kills on Marko's way out? He gets one. Numbers 11 grizzlies to 7 rhinos. Marko will have the home field defender's advantage here. Ooh, does give away a grizzly for free. Marko still on double war. No cannons out yet. Where will the first cannon be put? Will it be off the oil here on the left side? There it is. The cannon is out. "17 grizzlies to 12 rhinos." Somebody fix the bridges on the... Oh! Oh! Oh, man. Oh, Steve. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. Battle lab out for Marko. Naval out for Marko. Only one cannon out, two. Two cannons on the field. Marko's gonna destroy the bridge. Steve is gonna get this repair depot. We see aircraft carriers out soon. Miner goes down. Steve groups up at the top. I like it. Another miner goes down. Two miners. Just looking good for Steve. Clicking down the mirages is Steve. Does he have enough to end? The elite comes out on the MCV. Elite goes down, but the damage... Another elite! Steve will regroup somewhere else. Oh, elite! 1 HP! HP goes down. Meanwhile, aircraft carriers are out. Radar will go down. Not yet. Three cannons on the field. That will be it. Two war factories for Marko. Battle Lab is still there. Iron Curtain is ready. Here comes Steve. Gets 4 tanks. I see. Can you just take out the... Goes for the power. Take out the Battle Lab, bro. Oh, this Battle Lab gets sold because Marko went low power. Goes after a miner. We'll get a miner, and that will be it. Forcing Marko to sell the Battle Lab. Not sure if Marko has power. I'm not sure. He can sell 3 refs. Marko can sell about 3 refs and maybe get his power back up. Steve is on $15,000 though. Nice clicking by Steve. And the last Mirage will go down soon as well. 1 HP, gets it. Well played by Steve. He will bring it back 5-3. I don't see a way that Marko is going to win this. Not over yet though. There are 11 Grizzlies on the field. The Iron Curtain went down due to these aircraft carriers. And Steve is kinda... Aircraft carriers targeting miners even. Here comes Marko. Oh my god. MCV gets sold. There's actually no way, bro. Oh my goodness, actually no way. One war goes down. And the second one will go down. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There's only a barracks and a naval for production for Steve. For fuck's sake, Elite comes out for Marko. Thought I killed those. Barracks is still up. Well. It happens indeed. Just one flag. What's this? Oh, nope. Who has a lab? He doesn't have a lab. Where? Lab. There's no lab. Targeting the war. 2 rhinos left for Steve. I don't think he has enough. Oh, it's over. GG's. What a game. What a game. GG's.
Player defeated.
GG's. It's gonna be 6-3. That should have been Monster's win right there. It should have been 5-3, and we could have gotten a next game. But it will end here. 6-2 the final score. Marko winning it, and he will advance to round number 2. Well done to everybody voting on Marko. 100%. Marko taking it.